Selling in the billions each year, Rainbow Mealworms is your one-stop shop for all your insect needs. Their quality feeders and A-plus customer service keep me coming back to support the health and growth of all of our animals. Visit them today at rainbowmealworms.net to place your order. I want to take this time to shout out Redline Shipping. They are the #1 fastest growing reptile and animal shipping company in the world right now, and that is for good reason. Use promo code GECKO5 today at checkout for an additional $5 off your shipping label. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Geeky Gecko Creations, Monday Night Live. I see a few early birds in the house. We got Anaya, Mr. Wizard, Yvette. Sorry if today's a little later than usual. It's just been a pretty hectic day, running around doing a lot of gecko stuff. We now have our geckos organized back here by morph. So we have like black knights in one section, tangerines in another section, bolds. There's a lot of bolds. So that whole section down there is like bolds or tangerine bold crosses. As you can probably see from the announcement, we're close to 100K subscribers on YouTube specifically. And that's a milestone that I did not think that we would be at anytime soon. You know, I was just talking to Brooke. Brooke's here helping and cleaning right now. I never really pictured myself being an influencer, you know, and usually it's only influencers that get up to like that level of subscribers and whatnot. But you know, I mean, I like to post content. I post consistently. I have a lot of friends like you guys that have helped support us and push us forward. I think another big thing with YouTube right now is they're really promoting shorts. So if you could get decently good at doing YouTube shorts and kind of understand what videos are going to do well, you can get videos that go viral, and that's going to get you large amounts of subscribers in chunks. So that's very similar to what happened with us. I think I discussed this with you guys. You know, we had our first viral video was the Black Knight with the tail that dropped, and that got us to like, I don't know, like that got us to like 60,000, let's just say 50 to 60,000 subscribers, you know. And then now all of those subscribers are going to be watching your content a little bit more, and kind of YouTube understands who likes your content, and then another video can hit and go viral. And that's what happened with us. With me, the one where I was peeling off, or like assist peeling off the shed of the gecko, that one just picked up out of nowhere and started going viral. And that took us from, it's funny because you know, like, you guys ever use your phones on the toilet or whatever, right? I was on the toilet using my phone, and I was like, huh, I was at 68,000 subscribers last night, and now I'm at 71,000 subscribers. That's a 3,000 subscriber jump. And Jacob was here working, and I took a look. I told Jacob, I was like, I bet you there's a video that went viral that I'm unaware of. And so I looked, and sure enough, there was that second video that went viral. And since then, that was a couple of days ago. So since then, we're now almost at 100,000 subscribers. And the cool thing about that I'm excited to participate in is I never ever thought that I would get like a YouTube plaque, right? YouTube sends you plaques for different levels of achievements that you get with them. The silver plaque is 100,000 subscribers. I think the gold is like 500,000, and then the platinum is 1 million. So I don't know if we'll ever get that high, but I'll definitely be pushing for it now that I know that it's possible. But anyway, in light of all of that, I think we're due for a giveaway anyway. Even if the 100,000 wasn't here, it's been a long time since we've done a giveaway, but I just think it's kind of cool to have like 100K giveaway. And so I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to do for that 100K giveaway and how I'm going to do it. It's probably going to be a mix of like either, I don't know, maybe like a mid to low end Black Knight, and then like a high end tangerine or something like that, or a nice white and yellow and then a nice tangerine. We might do like a giveaway of 2 geckos. So I have to put a little thought into it. I'll probably get some votes from you guys of different geckos that you want to be in the giveaway, and we can kind of go from there. But I just, you know, it's Monday night, so this is our live stream night, and I just kind of wanted to label it 100K giveaway, because I don't think we're at 100K yet, but we're really, really close. I think by tomorrow we're going to be at the 100K. So Lupu, Claire, Farmer Kylie. I can't get my leopard gecko to eat. Someone help me out. There's a number of reasons your leopard gecko might not eat. Your leopard gecko could be, if it's a female, it could be going through its breeding cycle, and sometimes that makes it not eat. If it's a, adult leopard gecko, if it's a baby leopard gecko, sometimes baby leopard geckos, they just need a smaller space. So if you move the gecko into a smaller house, like a 5-gallon tank, or even smaller than a 5-gallon tank, like I'm talking really small, you could see the size tubs that we have here for our geckos. We set them up in these size tubs. This is a 6-quart. This is a 3-quart tub. That tub is literally like 8 inches wide by 12 inches deep by 3 inches high, or 2.5 inches high. Or no, it's 3 inches high. That tub is perfect for rehabbing geckos that are picky eaters and stuff like that. So I would need to know a little bit more information from you. Also, if you just recently got the gecko, that could be a reason why it's not eating. And of course, you could try a different food item. The main thing that you want to be aware of with leopard geckos, I'm trying to center myself here, is tripping me out. Okay, hold on. I'm so like, it needs to, oh, you know why? It's because the camera is sitting at a weird angle here. The number one thing that's important, though, is you want to make sure you're feeding insects with calcium with D3. That's the biggest thing that causes animals to crash. So, farmer, if you want to send me some pictures on Instagram, or my phone number is right down here, 480-299-7657. You can send me pictures and I can review that. Also, we have a really good Facebook group, Non-Judgmental Leopard Gecko Keepers and Breeders. You could post pictures there in the group and people will give you some good advice about what they think it might be. So, oh, Norman's in here late tonight. I thought it was too late for you guys. Denise, Norman, Ashley, G-Tag Boy, iHeart, Softball Girl. Love your videos. I have a gecko. Thanks so much, Softball Girl. And Anaya, thanks so much for your appreciation for our videos. Rogue Gecko, your timing is great. Just finished up working. That's great, Rogue. That's great. Yeah, I would normally be doing the live streams a little earlier in the day, but today was a pretty fun, not fun. It was a pretty well, it's all fun, but it was a pretty work-filled day in working with the geckos. I had to pull a bunch of eggs between yesterday and today from our room, and yeah, I had to prioritize that before Brooke got here tonight. So it's just been pretty busy doing that, but pulling eggs is good, of course. Now the next step is, yeah, we need to expand into we also have these carts now. So I bought different carts for us to use, and these move around much easier in the room than our prior tables. So I'm excited about that. The question is, do I have enough space now to stay in the house, or do I need to find a warehouse still? I need to think about it, you know. My concern with the warehouse is that the animals just won't be I won't be able to be there like every second like I am when the animals are home to take care of something. If I forget, like in the middle of the night, I might be like, oh, there's a snake that needed XYZ, or there's a gecko that needed XYZ. Sometimes that happens, right? You remember in the middle of the night. And if your facility is somewhere else besides your house, you can't do that. But the benefit, obviously, is the air in our house will be a lot cleaner. Whitney will be a lot happier. So there's a lot of benefits to it. But Terra Scales, good to see you. I love Minecraft. I never got into Minecraft, but that's cool. Dragon Heart, Bam Bam's Gecko Fam, Texas Kid, good to see you in here, Texas. That's, oh man, it's just been so hectic, y'all. There's the Texas, but There's so many things that I want to do, like bringing on breeders, interviewing breeders, making more videos. It's just been pretty hectic. So I just ask that you just bear with me, but we're gonna get on the train, and probably get some breeders back on here for some interviews like we used to do a couple months ago before I got super busy. But yeah, I keep saying it. I'm like, I'm gonna get caught up eventually, but it never happens. But still, it's my goal to bring like fun, engaging content for people, and that includes people that I like to bring on an interview. You know what I mean? Our next show is not for a while now, so hopefully, Farmer Kylie, I just see your text came through, so I'll check that out. Show times tend to get really busy in the times leading up to shows, and we don't have any anytime soon. So hopefully that will allow me to kind of get caught up. But here's what I need to do. I need to make a ton of videos, interview a bunch of people, continue to sell, market, and customer service for our current geckos. I need to build more racks. I need to build more racks and then delegate our holdback geckos into new breeding bins and tubs. Obviously, I need to be on top of the care for the animals and making sure that all of that is where it needs to be, because now I'm outsourcing the care just about 100%. And it's really, really important now that I'm not getting eyes on every gecko within the span of like sometimes 2 weeks to 4 weeks. It's really important that the people that are taking care of our geckos are on top of it as well. And they've always been really on top of it, but things change with the weather and everything like that, So like one issue that I was experiencing this week was the bowls of water were drying out a lot quicker than they were a couple of weeks ago because it's just generally a lot warmer in here, So there's Brooke. I told you she was here.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Did you want me to mark a tub if there was an egg laid, but the egg is like obviously already a dud?
Yes. Okay. So you could a good way to do that is you could black clip it.
Black or gold? Because gold is what we were doing for eggs before.
You could black clip it, but then with a piece of masking tape, write the reason why it's black clipped, and you could just say egg. And that's the same with like if there's a gecko that has dirt in its eye or a shedding issue.
Egg. That's the thing, and it's like an old egg.
Yeah, you could just say egg because I might need to breed that girl, or I might choose not to breed her. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'll put that on.
Yeah, same thing if they have like a shedding issue or eye issue, you could just mark it with a piece of masking tape. That way I know what the exact issue is that you saw. You know what I mean? Thanks, Brooke. See, it's awesome. We got an awesome team around here, and I'm really thankful for them. They've always been on top of things, and if something was off with one of the geckos, they've always let me know. But there's sometimes new situations come up. So here's an example. We were so as you can see, we use these tubs. We use these tubs for our geckos, and this black knight gecko is coming out to say hello. This one will actually be up on the website very soon, like I think tonight. That's another thing. I got to update geckos for sale. But what was happening was these water bowls were getting flipped into the food bowl and blocking the animals from eating the worms. And that was happening, a few weeks in a row before we really noticed what the exact issue was, and, that it was a pretty consistent issue. So then we hot glued all of the water bowls to the plastic, and now that's okay. That doesn't really happen as much, but still, if those water bowls dry out too much, they get flipped. They can get flipped into the food bowl. And so little things like that happen. The changing of the seasons, the humidity level changes, the dryness level changes, the heat level changes, and that makes water evaporate a little quicker or something like that. And so those types of things are new. And sometimes people that aren't here, like sometimes there's nobody except myself that realizes that there's an issue going on or what the issue is. And then I have to train the other people what the actual issue is. And so obviously that's time consuming, but the biggest challenge to my time lately was me adding the sailfin dragons. I underestimated the amount of daily care that I would need to put into the sailfin dragons. So the reason why I didn't expand into other species before I bought the sailfin dragons is because animals, any species that you're not optimally set up for, is going to cost you a lot of time, money, and resources, and that's going to delay your current operation. So we are set up for leopard geckos. We are absolutely set up for leopard geckos. I buy mealworms in bulk. I heat my rooms to leopard gecko temperature. We've gotten really, really efficient at caring for leopard geckos in large numbers. We probably have 1,000 or 1,500 like adult leopard geckos here. Like that's a lot of adult leopard geckos that you've raised, taken care of, are still taking care of, breeding, all that kind of stuff, right? We've gotten really good at that. But when you start adding new things to the routine that you're not as efficient at or not set up as well for, it starts to take up larger sections of your time, animal for animal, than a leopard gecko would. For example, I spent, I don't know, 3 hours today taking care of sailfin dragon duties and tegu duties, right? And that only took care of 20 to 30 animals in that 3-hour period. But if I was to clean leopard geckos for 3 hours, we could knock out like 100 tubs or something like that. Like we could care for 100 geckos in 3 hours, but we could only care for 20 sailfin dragons or tegus in a 3-hour period. And the thing with tegus and sailfin dragons, they're much more daily care needed animals. You know, leopard geckos and ball pythons, they could be cared for on a weekly basis. But like bearded dragons, tegus, monitor lizards, colubrids, even to a certain degree, a lot of those animals need daily care. And when you add animals to your routine that require daily care, when you're set up for weekly care, or like your schedule is set up for weekly care, it really winds up throwing a monkey wrench into your system. And so that's really what's happened with me a lot lately. That's taken up a lot of time. I think I've expressed to you guys why I bought the sailfin dragons is because FOMO, fear of missing out. I didn't want to take the chance that this species does not become available again in the future, because that's a very real possibility. The importers that are working with these species are in Florida right now. And I'm sure you guys have been, if you guys have been keeping up to date, Florida's going through the ringer right now. There's a really, really good chance, there's a really high chance right now that Florida might shut down the pet trade altogether, or the reptile pet trade altogether. Now, do I think that that's going to happen? No. But is there a high likelihood of that happening? Yes. I mean, the way that conversations are going over there right now, they want to create a whitelist of animals that they would allow into their state. And what a lot of people don't realize is, even if you don't belong to Florida, Florida is like the epicenter of America when it comes to importing reptiles as well as exporting reptiles. So a ton of importing reptiles and a ton of exporting reptiles all happens through Florida. And so if they can no longer do that, not only is that going to cut your personal business down to animals that you could sell and ship into Florida, but it's also going to cut down animals that you could ship across seas and animals that you could receive from across seas. It's just going to cut the whole market completely until we adjust to that. I'm sure we will adjust in time to be able to get other states that do more importation, like California and Texas are great states that I think already do some importation and whatnot to a certain degree. But I would say that Florida is by far the epicenter of the reptile hobby. And if that goes down, there's definitely going to be ripples from that. So over the next couple weeks, we're going to be finding out more from Florida Wildlife Commission. We're going to be finding out the exact extent of their power, because we already know they want to ban all reptiles. We already know that. there's no shadow of a doubt they want to ban every single reptile because every single reptile can thrive in Florida. But the question is, do they have enough power to do that? And that's what USARK right here, USARK is fighting against them having the power to do that. But it's happening. I mean, it's been happening for years. They've just been banning animals little by little. But now, like over the next couple weeks, they're looking to take it a step further and ban every single reptile. And that's not only going to affect reptiles, they want to ban the fish market as well. They want to ban everything in the pet trade. I believe, obviously, livestock would be excluded from that. So, like farmers to a certain extent and stuff, obviously, you know, pork, pigs, chicken, to certain degree. But when you're talking about pets, they're really coming for the pets. So anyway, we need to keep an eye on what's going on in Florida so that we could be aware on our end different ways to help. So if you want to help what's going on in Florida right now, you could go to usark.com or .net, and you could find out different ways to help. USARK also has a YouTube channel. And so if you're more of a visual and audio learner instead of a reading learner, you can go to USARK's YouTube channel, and they have videos on different ways that you can help fight against the legislation that's going on there. And it's basically just being a supporter of USARK, you know, joining their free membership, donating to their website if you have the opportunity to, buying an advanced membership, all of that good stuff, you know, that we've been talking about for a while. So Denise has the giant black knight starting to hatch. That's good. We need more of that. Brooke, hello from the other room. Gold is 1 million. Oh, platinum is 10 million. Dang, that's crazy. I didn't even know there is a red diamond. Who has 100 million subscriber channel? I didn't even know anybody has 100 million subscriber channel. Does anybody have a red diamond plaque? That would be interesting. ACJ, good to see you. Okay, we're at 98.5 right now. Yeah, we'll have to have Denise on when she hatches her Black Knight giant stuff, especially as it grows up. You know what I mean? I know she's been working on bigger and bigger Black Knights for a really long time now. So I think that's just what the Black Knight project needs. And it's going to be awesome to see that, the fruit of that labor. If you have a 10-gallon tank, it's going through a shed. You got the Leopard Gecko April 21st. Yeah, if you just got the Leopard, if you just got the Leopard Gecko, that's probably the reason it's not eating. Leopard geckos might go off of food when they change their environment. You just want to make sure that you got the 3 things they need taken care of. So they need a 90-degree hot. I'm going to start saying 95-degree hot spot because I think that's better. The area of error there is better for a new keeper. So 95-degree hot spot. They need a humid hide that they can shed in, and they need calcium with D3 over their, like dusted with their insects. That's the big 3 things. I'm gonna start calling it the big 3 takeaways that you want for when working with leopard geckos. You know, do I have GGG line bold stripes? I don't know what GGG line, Golden Gate Gecko line bold stripes. No, but at the end of the day, all bold stripes trace back to the original source. So all bold stripes are somewhat related. I have really nice bold stripes over here. You could take a look on our Instagram and scroll down. I'm working this drippy bold stripe project, which is thick bold stripe bred to thick bold stripe, and it creates this like drippy bold stripe effect. That's really cool. I'm also working a pinstripe bold stripe project, which is thin lines of bold stripes on a gecko, specifically white and yellow geckos, because white and yellow geckos are easier to get the thin pinstripes on. But yeah, all of our bold stripes are like hyperxanthic, you know, increased brightness, and a lot of them are white and yellow and emerine. I just updated my YouTube channel to have a store now. So like if you scroll down a little bit right here, you could even see the animals that we have for sale. But if you go to our website, I have a white and yellow pinstripe, bold stripe, like extreme hyperxanthic, like extremely white animal on our website right now. It's just a really, really unique looking bold stripe. So all of our bold stripes came from like really nice lines. I don't know if they're GGG lines, but it's good stuff. So roundtable live stream will probably be when I have time to implement Friday night live streams again. Just because I've been really busy lately and haven't had the time for Friday night live streams. But what do you use to punch your holes? We actually have, I don't have it on me here, but I bought a hole puncher. I bought a 1/8 inch and a 1/4 inch hole puncher from Amazon. And there's a little metal lip that I had to take off of there so that the hole puncher would have enough room to slip into the plastic, and that's what I use. Now, if you go to Wildcard Geckos on Instagram, he actually has a video of like an industrial hole puncher, and that's my next step. Would be to buy an industrial hole puncher. I don't know. I didn't find that on Amazon when I was looking originally, and I think I did some Google searches. But anyway, he has the link to where you can actually buy that industrial hole puncher. Another thing you could do is use a hot iron gun to boop, pop holes in the plastic. That works really well as also, you know. I got 2 geckos. I enjoy watching your videos. Thanks so much. DSM Exotics, what's going on? My geckos won't come out of their hides. Sometimes you just got to take them out, you know, remove them from the their hides or their cage and just start handling them. We have videos on how to handle a leopard gecko, but you just want to handle them with open hands. Just let it walk from hand to hand. If it's a little bit excited, just let it waste its energy. Just keep walking it hand to hand. Eventually, its energy will die down, and it will just start to sit in your hand. At this last show, we had 2 Black Knight leopard geckos that were really, really feisty on day 1. And then after taking them out on day 1, by day 2, they were calm as can be. Like we were putting, they were just perfectly normal. So leopard geckos can be trained extremely quickly. You know, the Afghan Black Knight crosses this year went excellent. A bunch of them now are getting old enough, like to where they're going to start to become breeder size. So we'll be going for generation 2 of the Afghanicus Black Knight crosses. So that'll be an interesting thing. One I fixed that had MBD. So leopard gecko you fixed had MBD. You rescued her. She's doing amazing. That's great. MBD is actually really easy to fix, especially if you catch it early. You know, you could give your gecko calcium shots. You could give it critical care carnivore, which you can buy right off Amazon. You could, if the gecko's not super bad, you could just sprinkle calcium onto the floor and the gecko will lick up the calcium. And within a week or 2, the gecko will be back to normal if the gecko's not super bad or well on its way to recovery. You know what I mean? If the gecko hit a certain point in its MBD, it might have some kind of permanent wobble or something like that, but it can definitely be fixed, especially if you catch it early. You know, yeah, we definitely need a warehouse. The only thing that I was considering was retail as well. I'm just worried about retail tends to be a lot more money as well because you're like a storefront. It's a lot more money for a lot less space, and you have to worry about crime a little bit more. Than a warehouse, you know, or just buying a separate house, like literally mortgaging another house for your reptiles. I even threw the idea out at Whitney of why don't we just keep this as the reptile house and we will go move somewhere else. But she really likes this house. This house is positioned really, really well next to a mall and next to food places, next to Walmart. So I totally get it. But that's the other option too, is do what Tiki's Geckos did and just have another house as your actual breeding facility, you know? Yeah, Whitney needs her house back. Gecko Oasis, haven't talked to you in a while. Good to hear from you. Will a normal leopard gecko and a fancy leopard gecko breed? Yeah, they'll breed. With leopard geckos, it's mainly size based. As long as they're close to the same size, that makes it easier for them to breed.
So, got a tub, 2 adults in the tub. It's
Okay.
marked if there are 2 in there. You want me to split them up?
They're big already?
Big.
Yeah, you could take one of the
Take one of the tubs to the top.
Yep, and just use this, like, relabel it to be, like, put a sticker on the second one. And the human hides and stuff are just right there if you need extra human hides. Yeah, no, that'd be great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brooke. See, our team members are always on top of what needs to be done around here. I mean, they're pet people. They're pet people too at the end of the day, so they get it. They know when they see something off. Like we were growing up 2 leopard geckos in a tub, and she was like, hey, they look a little too big now to be together. And so when you have pet people as your team members, that makes it a lot easier to, trust in their work and their observation of things. You know what I mean? But still, as a breeder, there's still like a lot of fine nuances that it's tough letting go of that control. But at the end of the day, you kind of have to let go of that control. But yeah, I was floating some ideas around with Jacob, like, how companies or like vet clinics or whatever, they'll have like specialist 1, specialist 2, specialist 3. So we could have like reptile specialist 1 is like entry level care of the animals. And then once somebody moves to like reptile specialist 2, that could be like, setting up babies and caring for babies. 'Cause caring for babies is much more, intricate and nuanced than it is caring for adults. There's a few things that you want to look for. Babies can crash faster. Sometimes there's different size food they're eating. So that would be like reptile specialist 2. And then reptile specialist 3 would be me training somebody to actually like pull eggs and whatnot and set up eggs. And then maybe reptile specialist 4 would be like me teaching somebody how to actually breed the animals, what signs to look for, and what animals to breed to what animals, like that kind of thing, So there could be a lot of places to move. Do I have an outlet here? No. I think our lighting's okay. What time of year we breed all year long. So yeah, simple answer, we breed all year long. When the female is ovulating, pair her, unless you want to wait. Brian Barczyk, OG of the reptile hobby, he likes to brewmate his leopard geckos so that they're all on the same schedule. So in the wintertime, he'll drop his temps. I don't remember, so don't quote me on this. He'll drop his temps to like 70 degrees, I think, for a period of like 2 months. And then he'll slowly increase the temperatures and all his females start ovulating all at the same time. But I just breed year round. When I see a female that's breeding, I put her in a breeding tub. She goes right into the cycle of breeding. But I will say that 80 to 90% of females are still breeding between the months of January through April. And then the other 10 to 20% is outliers that are breeding from summer until fall. You know what I mean? Do a few of the Facebook groups breeders. Do a few. Facebook, like, you mean interview Facebook group breeders? Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, there's a lot of Facebook group breeders that I want to interview. Our worlds don't seem to collide too well because there's a lot of Facebook breeders that don't like YouTube or YouTubers, you know what I mean? So it's tough to cross that bridge sometimes, but if I can, I definitely will, because I'm interested in interviewing anybody that I've looked up to in the hobby or that I know has a legitimate operation and like I follow them, like I like the animals they produce. I think it's always exciting to talk to somebody about that. There's different people that focus on different things. You know what I mean? Texas Kid Reptiles is somebody that I'd like to have on. He bought part of the business or the full business from Cenozoic Reptiles. I really liked Cenozoic Reptiles because the way he took his photos and the logo, you know what I mean? And so I told Texas Kid I'd love to bring him on an interview and talk to him about that acquisition and whatnot. So like there's always different fun things. Denise has a lot of things going on for her, but she has these Black Knight giant leopard geckos, which nobody else has to my knowledge. So really cool to talk to her about it. Try to get Norman Davis on here. Norman Davis has spent a lot of time investing in some really high quality animals. He would be cool to talk to, and then of course your traditional Facebook breeders, Matt Baronic, Seth from Huff's Herps, Heidi from Heidi Bolds. I forget her company name. There's other people that I'm interested in, you know what I mean? And even if we don't completely see eye to eye, I think we can still have a conversation, you know what I mean? Suburban geckos, gecko boa, geckos, etc. I would love to have on an interview, but he's just a busy man. You know what I mean? Like really, really busy. He runs a super large operation. Tens of thousands of animals, I think, are in his operation. And, but now that I'm doing more California shows, he actually came over to our table at the last California show, and I actually got to talk to him for like 5 minutes. And so I think the more that I meet him and the more that I talk to him, I think I can become like friendly with him, and then he'll kind of know who I am, and then maybe be a little bit more inclined to set aside time for interviews and stuff like that. Because when you're as busy as he is, you really have to stay on your grind. You know what I mean? So anyway, I found out something cool about him where like he's like a celebrity in like Asia. In Asia, when you sell leopard geckos over there, you have to label what breeder specifically produced your gecko and the actual name of the breeder. So if it's Steve Sykes, you have to label that the gecko came from Steve Sykes. And so Robin from Redline was telling me that he got to spend a lot of time with Steve from Geckos, etc., and just talk about Steve's adventures as a business person in the reptile world. And he was amazed at the stories that Steve has. But Steve was telling him how they like fly him down there. They like wine him and dine him to come out to these like meet and greets. You know what I mean? And I just think that's so cool. He also has an exportation license to ship animals to Asia. So that's another thing that I would really like to talk to him more about. Now, obviously, he might view that as a conflict of interest, because if he's shipping animals to Asia, why would he broker you to ship animals? You're sort of like his competition in a way. But maybe, there's if you're friendly with him or whatever the case is, maybe he might be willing to do that for you. So you need to you need to network. When you're in the business world, you need to find different people that are good at different things. And it's always beneficial to have friends that are good at other things, so I am getting hungry. I'm going to do just a short live stream today because I need to eat. And then I do need to do some more work and whatnot tonight. I'm going to update the website tonight with more tangerine leopard geckos, more Black Knight leopard geckos. And I'm going to do a video on this, but if you guys didn't know, you can pay with credit card on our website. And obviously when you pay with credit card, it charges you now, but you don't have to pay it until your monthly statement is due. So that's thing number one. Thing number two, if you want to pay with credit card and you qualify for not Apple installments, Shopify installments, you can actually make a large purchase, like let's say $1,000 purchase. You could pay that off across 12 months. And the interest rate on that is very, very low. You might only pay like $100 interest across those 12 months. So your total purchase would be like $1,100 instead of $1,000. But it allows you to pay it across a longer period of time. So in my mind, that's totally worth it. That's how I bought the Sailfin Dragon for $2,500. Is I put them on installment payments of $220 a month, and that was for 1 year. So that method is available on our website, and we also offer free shipping above $500. So not only could you get a really high quality animal for a really affordable price, but you also get free shipping. And you could put it on installments if you want. So I'm going to do a whole video on that, but there's a lot of beneficial things to our website that I'm learning about and everything. A good incubator is Reptibator. Reptibator. I like recommending Reptibator because it's geared and marketed towards reptiles, and it's really easy to use. Yeah, definitely good to see you. I was just watching one of your videos today, NA Geckos. Another thing too, if you're in the market for a high-end incubator, I was telling Norman Davis about this the other day. Wilbanks Reptiles has probably the most bougie incubator on the market right now, and a lot of people are loving it. Wilbanks Reptiles is another large operation, shipping out, I don't know, tens of thousands of animals a year across the last 30 years. And so he's taken all of that knowledge of hatching animals and he's put it into an incubator. And so far, nobody else has as good of an incubator as him. So you could even look it up on YouTube. Wilbanks Reptiles incubators. He has like a small, a medium, a large, an extra large. And the lead time is really short on you receiving your incubator as well compared to like other incubator companies. So I think that that's the incubator to get right now. I haven't ordered one myself yet personally, but I know a lot of high-end breeders that are ordering them and they really like them. So Wilbanks incubators. Could you do a rack building tutorial for baby Leos? Yeah, I will try. This is our rack for baby Leos. I actually need to build at least 4 more of those within the next couple of months. And it cost about $250 and about 5 to 6 hours of your time, including like building, buying the materials, getting the materials cut, driving the materials back home, all of that kind of stuff, you know?
I know that you're behind on
That's
content.
okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that keep asking me about the giveaway, so if you could touch on that again real quick, just so that people know, because people think you're doing it tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've talked about it again.
Thanks. Yeah, we're not going to do the giveaway tonight. Once we get over 100K, which should happen by tomorrow, then I'm going to start doing votes and polls and whatnot for like what geckos we should do the giveaway for. Or I might just pick out a nice couple of geckos and we will officially do an announcement for the giveaway when that time comes. You know what I mean? But PVC rings to hold your water does work really well, but it would take a decent amount more money to like buy all the PVC necessary for us, because we have over 1,000 tubs of varying sizes, especially once you get into the bigger PVC, and it would take a lot of time to cut that PVC. Yeah, it would just be a lot. I did think about PVC, and PVC is popular. So PVC rings, you could buy those from Home Depot. You could buy a pipe and have them cut there or cut them yourself with a hacksaw. Those tend to work really well. You might want to be careful with sharp edges. Make sure the hacksaw that you use is not creating sharp edges so that your gecko doesn't get cut. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. Drew Van Dyke, Joan, Nelly, good to see you guys. Nicholas, have you ever had a gecko that sheds way more than others? No, not that I've noticed, but I suppose it could be possible. Could I buy one? Yeah, you could go to our website right now, geekygeckocreations.com, right here in the ticker. We'll ship out your gecko tomorrow, and it'll arrive Wednesday, alive and well. Thank you, Brooke. Brooke mentioned is our website on this ticker? Oh, I think I took it off the ticker, but our website is geekygeckocreations.com. I'm going to put it back on the ticker. I took it off because it looked a little bulky, but I think for promotional purposes, it should be on there. But yeah, when you go to geekygeckocreations.com, we have like 20 geckos on there now, and then there's like I don't know, there's like 100 more geckos that I need to update over the next month in small increments. So like tonight, after I get done with the live stream, I'm going to add like 10 more geckos tonight after I eat my pizza, because I'm getting a little lightheaded right now. So I probably should go. Yeah, I probably should go because I'm getting a little lightheaded. I need to eat some pizza, and then I can update the website. We have geckos on the website anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on what you want to get. And then we're going to add some Black Knights to the website tonight as well. A lot of people have been buying our Black Knights on the credit card installments. So if you want a Black Knight that might be $1,800 or something, you could buy it on 12-month credit card installments. Shopify gives me the money now, so I can give you the gecko now, and you could pay it off later. So you could pay off the gecko across a 12-month period. So if you're interested in that, you know, feel free to talk to me more or give me a phone call. I have no problem explaining that process to you a little bit more. But when you go to the checkout on our website, it will ask you, do you want to pay all at once, or do you want to pay in installment payments? And if you qualify for installment payments, you could choose like 3, 6, or 12-month periods to pay out. So yeah, we're so close, guys. Thank you guys for being here. I'm sorry if I got behind on questions. I was getting a little lightheaded. I need to eat something. But yeah, thank you guys. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be clickbaity in the sense that you thought that I was doing the gecko giveaway tonight. I just wanted people to watch it so that they know that the giveaway is coming. We'll probably do like 2 nice tangerines for the giveaway, or a nice tangerine and a nice white and yellow. Maybe if other people want to contribute, this is something I'll throw out there too, like Texas Kid Reptiles or any other breeders that might want to do a giveaway along with our giveaway. We could all do the live stream together, that of people that want to do the giveaway, and we could do the spin the wheel for the giveaway. I got to think about that. That might get a little tricky, because if there's like a lower priced item and then a higher priced item, somebody might not want to be in the drawing for the lower priced item, but they want to be in the drawing for the higher priced item. And that becomes a little tricky to kind of balance that out. But I could give it some thought. If you're interested in that, yeah. If you're interested in that, let me know, and we can market your business and market your animals along with our 100K giveaway celebration. So thank you guys. Love you guys. Appreciate you. See you in the next video. Until then, have a geeky gecko great night, guys.